Davies.
Madam Deputy Speaker, this bill removes our fundamental right to peaceful protest. How? By putting power in the hands of the police to stop protest, not as before on the grounds of causing serious damage or unlawful behaviour, but instead that it may cause serious unease or distress to bystanders. Those found guilty of even risking causing serious annoyance or inconvenience can get imprisoned for up to 10 years or face unlimited fines. This amounts to the removal of the right to peaceful protest as enshrined in our Human Rights Act and the European Convention on Human Rights. And we saw a taste of that, what that means in practice in the Clapham Vigil and the Bristol protests in March. The parliamentary report into Clapham and Bristol published last week, mentioned by the member for Huntingdon, found that the Metropolitan Police told the Clapham Vigil organisers the vigil was illegal when it was not, and that they faced thousands of pounds in fines, which they did not. So the organisers withdrew and the vigil was disorganised. And then at 6:30, the police physically intervened to disperse the gathering, thereby increasing the public health risk of COVID. In Bristol, yes, proportionate use of force by the police was justified, but battening and blading protesters with shields on the ground certainly was not. So we've had a glimpse of what poorly drafted law can look like in practice. Instead, we must protect the right to peaceful protest by deleting clauses 55 to 61, which stop it, and introducing my new clause 85, a code which sets out the police's duty to facilitate the right to peaceful protest, to return them to Robert Peel's founding principle: the police are the public and the public are the police. This bill is before us because people want to protest against climate change, as by 2025, the 1.5 degree Paris limit will be breached. Peaceful protesters, whether suffragettes or economic, social or environmental campaigners, enrich and inform our democracy between elections. It is essential our fundamental values of democracy, human rights and the rule of law. This bill is an act of political treason. It is bad at its core. It will be seen in China and Russia and elsewhere as a green light to crush democracy and the right to peaceful protests with unaccountable police power. The good people in this country should not rest until it is overturned and our rights reinstated, so that democracy can live and breathe and thrive again.